So here we have the Splitfire 4209. Now this is a dedicated excavator machine, and it differs from the 4409 in a couple ways. The first obvious way is the wedge. Now on the 4209, the wedge is just a solid machined two-way stub. Yeah, so you can't interchange between a four-way and a two-way. And some people might say, well, why would I get a 4209 if I can't change the four-way wedge on it? One of the biggest things is that when you're splitting those very large logs, they tend to be quite gnarly, and the grain doesn't run very straight in many cases. So oftentimes you're going to get more penetrating power out of the two-way wedge here because it's a little bit skinnier and a little bit sharper. And you're not going to use a four-way much if the wood's very gnarly because you're going to get too many shards and small chunks anyway. So if you're splitting a lot of that really big wood for an outdoor boiler, the 4209 is typically the way you want to go. And just like any other Splitfire log splitter, the frame is nicely surrounding the cylinder. So if you're pushing that wood around, bumping it here and there, you're not going to damage that cylinder or dent that chrome rod. It's a really safe design. And we also have a very long slider, so it's pushing all that pressure over a large area. And on our slider, we got UHMW slide pads on all four sides, which means it's going to last a long time. Now, the hoses are coming out of this machine and going into our auxiliary on this excavator. Now, this excavator is set up with a rototilt, which is really sweet. But unfortunately, because the rototilt's taking a lot of flow, this machine is only set up with 10 gallons a minute. So, you could put this on a larger or a smaller excavator, and the flow could be anywhere from as low as 8 gallons a minute to as high as 30 in certain cases. So it's going to move pretty slowly in this video, and if you got more flow, it's just going to move faster. When it comes to pressure, anything from 2,700 to 3,500 psi is typically a normal operating range. And when you purchase your excavator machine from Splitfire, it'll come with a second mounting plate. Splitfire will not be offering the excavator attachments just because there's so many different types and styles, but we do offer a second plate that is unpainted, so you can procure your specific attachment, you can weld it to the plate, and you can hook it up and you're good to go. So if you've got those large, gnarly rounds and you want to split them down to size, the 4209 is the way to go. It's got that machined wedge, it's got great penetrating power, and it'll break apart those logs. An excavator is not going to care if it's 500 or 600 pounds. It's going to move it around and split it with ease. So it's really, the easiest and best way to get it done. Now, if you have questions about specs or hydraulic flow and pressure, give us a call at the office or see more at split-fire.com.